Here we go. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to episode 5 of A Day in the Life. And guys, you might notice there's kind of a new setup going on. I've got a new camera, new mic set up, whole new desk set up. You know, the rig in the background looks a little bit cleaner than it did before. I've got a little sign down here with my logo on it. I've been leveling up the setup over the last few days. We're still going a little bit, but I'm really enjoying this new vibe, and hopefully it helps produce better quality videos for you. I know my sound hasn't always been great, the camera hasn't always been great, but we're trying to get to that point where things are a little bit cleaner, and hopefully that means you enjoy the videos a little bit more. But today, guys, we have one very specific goal. I said in my last video, you don't need to spend money on this game, and I'm gonna prove it today because we're gonna level up our squad without spending a penny. Now, I played the game, obviously, at the playtest, at Community Day a couple of times, and Devin Booker stood out for me every single time. He just seems like the most fun card in the game to use, and from a fun perspective, I'm not gonna try and gatekeep myself from anything, but the set is also really good. Daryl Dawkins is fantastic. He's got decent speed for a centre at 6'11". Amare should be good as well. Steven Jackson, I think quite a few of these guys will just go straight into our squad. And we've got a couple of them already. Now, what we need is we need 206,500 MT. And you can see already, I've got 179k sitting there. So we're not that far away. We're, 27k basically away from getting that Devin Booker. And I've generated all that MT in a few days. I haven't played the game for a couple of days, I'll be honest with you guys. And I'm gonna explain more about that later and why there won't be any uploads for a little bit, next week. But I'll explain all that in a second. But right now, we are really close to just getting Devin Booker. Now, why am I upgrading my squad a little bit? Well, the thing is, I think offensively, we don't have any issues. Like, we can cook on the offensive end, but defensively, we're lacking a little bit. All the salary cap games I've lost pretty much have been within sort of 2 to 5 points. They've all been really close games, and offensively, we just haven't struggled, but defensively, we just need a little bit more. We need a few more options, and Devin Booker's obviously not gonna hurt us on the offensive end either. Now, I did say I was gonna save my MT for that center, but we actually have a bit of a backup, which I thought about today. We've still got 132,500 VC, and there's still more VC to come from that Hall of Fame pass. That's a good backup. If that center does drop, I don't think it's actually gonna drop for a few weeks, which is why I'm just sending the MT. And like I said, we've earned so much in a few days. We'll get that MT amount up very quickly anyway. But the VC's there as a backup if we need it, and if it does just drop. So right now, I think we just gotta try and get Devin Booker without spending any VC. I think that's our goal, and without buying any MT or buying any VC. That's our goal. Now, the way to do this, it's probably not going to be easy. Now, I did lose a couple of games. I was 22-4, I think, last time you guys saw. I've played a couple of games since, and I lost. Like I said, defensively, running Steph is kind of a liability, I'll be honest. If you're not greening every single one of your shots, it can be tough. If your opponent's good, Steph can hurt you quite badly on the defensive end. And Kobe as well, a little bit. Giannis obviously gets the job done. But we will lose games. But our sole goal is to use TTO to get to 206,500 MT and then lock in Devin Booker. That's it. That's our goal. That's what we're going to try and do. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get into this. So in our first game, we were hitting some shots, but we definitely felt rusty. Like I said, we hadn't played for a couple of days, and I could feel it. The defensive issue with Steph was still there, to be honest. I just couldn't get a stop, and we ended up losing our first game of the day, which is never a great way to start. I decided to bite the bullet and pick up Daryl Dawkins. I just needed to bolster our defense a little bit and let Kobe cook behind the screens that Dawkins and Giannis could set, and hopefully that will give us more success. That decision paid immediate dividends. All we really had was Kobe to cook from the perimeter, and using the screens of Giannis and Dawkins, he was able to get open pretty consistently, and then we got our first dub of the day, which was really important to get out the way. We had some momentum now, as in our second game we picked up another W with a big shot from Kobe to end the game. I then decided to jump back into the player market and pick up all the players we could, just so I could basically have a countdown of the MT that we needed. This allowed me then just to focus on the players we had left and the amount of MT that they needed. We only had 5 players left to get, and they were all pretty cheap, to be honest. In the next game, I knocked down a 3 with Giannis pretty early, and I needed to get more confident shooting with Giannis because everyone was just paint sitting on him. As soon as we figured that stuff out, I felt like we would win games a lot more comfortably. But something big happened at the end of this game that I didn't even think about. We got 300 MT from the wheel, but we also got 5,000 MT from the ladder, which would then help us go and get another card. We picked up Coutinho Mobley. That put us down to just 4 cards needed to complete the set for Devin Booker. We then kept our win streak up and we just seemingly couldn't miss with Kobe. We'd really locked into his shot and this was one of the more comfortable wins we'd had so far. It's so important to get that shot down and Kobe jams it down for the win. A really comfortable win, the win streak continues. The next game's another comfortable win and we punish the paint sitters again with another big three from Giannis, this time to win the game. We were really in our groove now. We were winning games really comfortably. We had a really strong win streak going. Kobe was absolutely cooking. And I think the decision to bring Dawkins in really changed everything. But this win was key because it allowed us to go pick up Jarvis Hayes, meaning we only had 3 players left to complete Devin Booker. We then picked up our 7th win in a row. We were really cooking, but again, guys, it really comes down to the bigs that I'm using. You don't need a big who can shoot this year. It can help. You can do a lot of damage just using a couple of agile bigs that can set some really good screens for you that you can get behind and cook. Along the way, we leveled up. We got a bunch of agendas done as well, so we got a bunch of packs from that, which I'll open at some point, but we jumped quickly back into another game. Our goal here is to get Booker, but this was the first game we struggled in a while, and I'll just be honest with you, my opponent was really good. We tried to stay in the game, but the shot he hit to win the game really sums it up. That's an incredibly tough shot. We lost our first game in 8. Now, we don't want to be losing too many games, but we followed this up with another loss in a nail biter. I think losing these couple of games definitely woke me up, and the next game we just started tearing it up. We started dominating actually from here on out. I really didn't want to lose any more games, and I was making sure we didn't. We were playing the best we'd played all day at this point. Back-to-back wins, both very comfortable. Kobe's just doing a ridiculous amount of damage right now. It seems like every time he gets the ball down the other end of the floor, he's going to put up a 3 and do it with ease. Back-to-back wins, we're back on track. We actually matched up with the same opponent again that we just destroyed, and we just picked up where we left off, to be honest, guys. Kobe getting open, using those screens. Look at that screen from Dawkins. That's what I'm talking about. Kobe with a layup to end the game. 3 wins in a row. We then moved on to our 4th win in a row, guys. Now we were really dominating. We could not lose, it felt like. A tough layup to win the game, but we got it done. So we took a quick look at Damian Jones because we only got 3 cards left and we were pretty close to him. We knew we'd get him after this game. We needed to make sure we kept winning, guys. Losses will just slow us down massively, but we kept our new win streak going after those couple of losses. A big dunk from Kobe to end the game. That then allowed us to pick up Damian Jones, which meant that we only had 2 cards left to get, totaling about 12,000 MT. We are getting close to a free Devin Booker. It was super important that we just kept the momentum up, and with Kobe again, guys, look at the screen set by Dawkins there. It just felt so easy to get him open, and as long as we kept hitting his shots, we practiced his jumper. I don't know how many 3s we've made, maybe 60, 70 already in this run, but my confidence could have been short-lived because we then ran into level 40 Kyrie Irving. But I'll be honest with you guys, we ran this guy off the court. Like, our Kobe versus his Kyrie, it wasn't close. And this is what I'm saying. You don't need to spend money on this game, guys. You just don't. And this was a super important win, guys, because we now hit 35 wins, which meant not only did we get 500 MT off the wheel, which is a great amount, we got 5,000 MT on the ladder as well. That then allowed us to lock in Nick Anderson, leaving us with 1 single card to get Devin Booker. We then took this win streak to 7. Those 2 losses felt like a distant memory now as we kept knocking down shots with Kobe. We were just running what we were running again and again, almost like we were running plays in TTO to get open, but it was just so comfortable, guys. A big deep 3 from Kobe to finish that game. We then came out and the next game was a complete blowout. He quit really early. I don't blame him. It was not a close game. It was getting pretty ugly. I would have got out there too. As we took our win streak to 9 wins, just a reminder that we're not running any amethysts, we're not running any diamonds, we're just running a couple of rubies and a sapphire that we know how to use, effectively, and we're playing the game in a way that suits them, which is allowing us to dominate. 9 wins in a row is big, and we are right there for Devin Booker now. It's important to keep that in perspective, especially when you do come up against those overpowered amethysts, because in this game we came up against Dame, the amethyst. He got takeover. There was nowhere to go from there. We were going to lose this game. We lost our first game in 10. I'm completely fine with that. I lost maybe 5 minutes of my time, but I needed to make sure that didn't become a habit. So we came out the next game. We won. Really strong performance. Another 3 from Giannis, which always makes me smile, you know, when it happens. And a big dunk from him to end the game. So there it is, guys. That should be enough now to get Devin Booker. Let's see. I think it's enough. We've had a really good run today, by the way. I think we've lost like 4 games. I don't know how many we've won. I'll check in a second. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think I was 22-6. I think I was 22-6. Let's see what we end up with. That's actually a problem. That might leave us short, to be honest. We needed an MT total, I think. Do we have to play another game? 4.8. I think he's 4.9, right? That's really frustrating if that's the case. He is 4.9. We are 50 MT short, guys. I genuinely thought that was it, but you know what? We just got to play another one, I guess. 17 and 4, I think. 17 and 4. Let's see if we can make that 18 and 4 and finally get this done. Let's see if we can get this done. Sheesh. As you can tell, guys, I was pretty burnt out. So it's a great time to run into another level 40 Kyrie Irving. Guys, I'll be honest, I had to win this game. I was burnt out. I wanted to get out of there. And even though he had arguably the best card in the game, we didn't let up. We hit not one, but two big threes with Giannis. The paint-sitting Kyrie Irving user got absolutely popped, guys, and we got out of there. My God, what a tough game. Two big threes with Giannis. He had level 40 Kyrie. It was all going on in that game, but we won it. What did Giannis shoot? Giannis shot 2 for 3 from 3 to win that game. That paint set just ain't gonna work, guys. It ain't gonna work. So we did win the final game, which means we went 18 and 4 today, I think. I think that's right anyway, but we should have enough now to get Devin Booker. Doesn't matter if we get a pack now. That was really annoying on the last attempt. The last win that we didn't get the MT that we needed. We got something else, a badge pack, I think. But anyway, that's enough. We should be able to lock in Devin Booker now. Let's have a look if we can do that. Let's hop over here. And what should happen now, go into player market, go down. Derek Coleman is the last one. We do have enough MT. And we have Amethyst Devin Booker, guys. That's done. That's no money spent. Amethyst Devin Booker. We still got our VC there if we need it. And yeah, an incredible achievement. What a fun run today, guys. Really fun run on TTO today. I think the decisions we made were really good. I think picking up Dawkins early, he really helped us. We basically only had one player that could shoot from the perimeter, which was Kobe, but he was getting the job done. You know, Dawkins and Giannis were doing what they needed to do. We beat some really good teams today. We beat a couple of level 40 Kyrie Irvings, and we don't even have Booker yet. He's going to make us even better, plus all the other cards that we're going to get from this set. They'll definitely come in handy, and I think the next thing we do is probably the next Unlimited weekend. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys really quickly. I'm taking a break, guys. I'm not in the best headspace, I'll be honest. I'm really enjoying the game. Obviously, other people are not. There's a lot of kind of very dramatic, quite negative takes. I don't really want to get too involved in that side of the community this year, to be honest with you guys. So I'm going to step away. This will blow over in a few days. People will get bored of it. And, you know, we'll get to a point where people realize, actually, this is a really good game. And as I've just shown you, without spending money, you can make pretty good progress in the game. I don't know what else to say outside of that. But I'm going to the Dominican Republic on Sunday. I'll be gone for 10 days. I'll make some content when I'm back. There will be no podcast for the foreseeable future. But I hope you're enjoying this series. There'll probably be 1 or 2 more uploads before I go. But thank you for your support, guys. Like, subscribe. Peace.